Hey y'all, it's Lindsay with the Fiber Seed, and it is WIP Wednesday where I share what I'm working on. Which, it's been a few weeks, so what I've been working on? A lot of things. And I got them finished, and I got some things started. So first off, let me share with you, because it has been 2 weeks that I should have shown you stuff, but I didn't. Anyway, I have Muscadine Vine. This is the November color of the month. Look how pretty that is. I have it socked, DK worsted, and I have swatches. So the show little clips. If you've been to the booth at shows, I have these hanging up everywhere. So here's the knitted version, and here's the crochet version. So there's single crochets, half double, and doubles. And I think this looks fabulous, just for reference. So that's what it looks like worked up in hank. It's really pretty. It's in the web shop now. So I did that. Then we have the latest Rainbow Reece colorway. I don't know if I showed it to you or not. This is Purple Thunder. So it's purple with black streaks in it. And it works up. I did this. Reece dyed this. I swatched this. I swatched this when I realized I got to SAF, and we didn't have a swatch for it. So here is the knit version. So you can see the black line, little bits running through it. And then there is the crochet version. So you got, I use the DK weight versus like how I have the sock weight in my Muscadine Vine. So DK, there's this single crochets, half doubles, and doubles. You can kind of see how it changes a little bit. So there you go. That is that. So those are the two colorways, the newest colorways in the web shop right now, and they're both stocked. That's fun. And then I finished the blanket. What blanket? The Honey Baby Blanket by Craftling Designs. I used Glimmer and DK. And this, it's got a subtle stitch on it. I don't know if you'll see it or not, but it's a little honeycomb that slowly decreases. And you can make it as random as you want it to. That's the great thing about this. Once you get going, you're like, I get how this works. And, you know, you'll forget one and then you'll add another somewhere. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed making it. And this is a lot more subtle than I feel the video is giving off. But I still find it beautiful. Anyway, I made this. Now I have to gift it to the baby that is here. My niece made it into the world last week, and I'm over the moon, and I can't wait to give this to her. So I finished that. That has been my, this needs to be finished thing. So other things I did not show you that I finished. This is WIP Wednesday. I'm talking about a lot of finished things, but I also kind of sprinkle those in normally. Anyway, I did natural dyeing, and you cannot see this pink that is in here. The shirt's background is mostly pink, like a very pale pink, and you see these yellow streaks. I did not wash this. That's why the foldy bits are still showing the creases. I really should have washed it. Anyway, I used marigold to get this, and I don't know how I got the pinks because I've never gotten pinks out of my marigolds before. So even though you can't see it, I can't. It's there. It counts. My other natural dyeing thing, and these are shirts for Penelope, is the my tick seed. So did I forget about this? I sure did. I basically fermented this color onto here. It did not smell horrible, but I did not have to apply any heat. This basically sat in a glass jar in the dye studio window for like 4 weeks. Anyway, I think it turned out great. But y'all, okay, every year I try to dye with pokeberry. It doesn't last. Like, I dye it, and I've tried different things, right? Different mordants and all that fun stuff. And I'll get the red, and it'll turn orange immediately. Like, it starts to dry and it starts turning orange because it's a very fugitive dye. It is what it is. But, ready? Look at this. There is minimal of that oranging, okay? Look what I did. I made it stick-ish. Okay, so this is pokeberry, which do not eat. Okay. That was my disclaimer. Don't eat it. It looks like you're getting like a really fuchsia dye, like darker than this stuff, very vibrant, but you get this if you do it right. And I think that my oranging was because you have to, I mean, it's finicky. It's on the temperature and the pH, like the whole play of it has to be perfect. Like you go over it. I went over it for like 2 degrees for like a minute and a half. I'm like, oh, I ruined it. And so I got that little bit of oranging, but everything else is all red. Anyway, we'll check it in a couple months. I know it's not going to stay red forever. I get that. But this is the fun of dyeing, especially natural dyeing, because it'll change from year to year. So anyway, those are things I did that are not really WIPs anymore. But, you know, I wanted to share them with you guys. Now on to the WIPs, which isn't much because I've been knitting on that blanket for a very long time in a short while, if that makes any sense. I started a crochet project. I'm doing the Rebecca Raglan by I Love Tinderbox. This pattern is very well written. There are pictures. So, because for me, crochet, sometimes there's that wiggle room of explanation. Like, what do you actually mean when you write that? So in those points where I would normally go, oh, I'm going to try this a couple times because I'm not quite sure if this is exactly how it's supposed to be done. There were pictures. So I didn't have to do that. It was fantastic. Loved it. So without further ado, look at my rectangle. So this is going to be a Ragland sweater. And I'm using Sprout worsted. And I'm using a 5.5 millimeter. It calls for a 6. I like the fabric on this better. And I did my math of my gauge and all that swatch. I swatched and I got gauge. I didn't like the fabric, so I went down a hook. And so I like this fabric. I did my math and figured out what size I needed to make and my adjustments for all that stuff. So, hey, there's not much adjustment to it though anyway. But my head will go through there. These are going to be my sleeves. Envision this with a rectangle. But I'm super excited about this. It'll be my first crocheted garment. I have crocheted many things in the past. I've even written some crochet patterns, but they're not for size things. I'm excited about this. I am ready for a sweater. And it's going by really fast because I really have not spent much time on it. And it's in my Cottontail Farms bag. Look at that. This is actual Shetland tweed. Look at it. And it's bright. Oh, point of reference. This color, this is a color you think you're going to get with pokeberry, but you don't. Anyway, so that's what I worked on. That was the only thing I've been working on since I finished the blanket. So what else do I have to show you? Because I have not been on here forever. I have Fiber Festival finds. That's a lot of F's. Anyway, first up, we'll do Saf, because that was my farthest back one that I didn't share with you. I got this crochet hook because Swatches. And of course, I don't carry all my crochet hooks around. And I carry my go-to ooh in a pinch knitting needles and double points, like circular knitting needle and double points for like a hat or something, or swatches, depending on what. I don't carry crochet hooks like that. So I had to go get one. So I went to Ashling Yarn's booth because I knew they had some crochet hooks, and this is a collage, so it's got a square handle. And it was actually pretty interesting to try out for me, and this is not a knock on the product. Okay, this is a personal preference, and most makers who've been doing this long enough know there's personal preferences that might have nothing to do with functionality. I like this, how it fits in my hand. Having a wood shop background, I would like a heavier wood personally. If you don't like heavy, this is perfect. It's very lightweight, and the purpose of what it's for is to not stress your hand out. So I don't need that, so I like weight. But for somebody who might have arthritis, the owners, they carry these because their daughter has RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis. My mother has that. So this is lightweight. It fits in your hands, so you're not the ergonomic concept of like your hand holding the hook or however you hold it. it makes it much easier, less stress. So positives, personal preference, I'd like it a little heavier. That's just me. Anyway, you were wondering about that. If you weren't, thanks for sticking around. Anyway, what else? What else did I get? Well, this is the Ashling logo. So anyway, double, it's a double yarn caddy. So when you're doing color work, see where I'm going with this? I'm going to start another project because I got a new gadget. How does that work out? Don't ask me. That's yarn logic. We don't question yarn logic. It just is. So anyway, put the pigtails in and voila. You can put a yarn ball here, a yarn ball there. You're doing color work. It's just coming right off. There's no multiple balls rolling everywhere, twisting up around one another. It's fantastic. So there's that. I have, because I don't clean up, I have a project. This is for Mr. Fiberseed. He wanted a hat, and the witchcraft hat from Media Prana is going to be made from this. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if he wants a palm on it, but I might make one anyway. But that was using Aurora Borealis and Midnight Blue. So this is going to happen. This has been sitting on my desk since I think the beginning of the year. We're not going to talk about that. Anyway, I'm going to have to put that on the yarn caddy. So I'm excited about that, because who doesn't love a new project? Speaking of which, I have rolled myself onto my project bag. No! We're leaving that in. We always leave this in. That was ridiculous. I literally rolled over. It's durable. I rolled this into my wheel and it is fine. Anyway, this is another... I get myself in so much trouble with these shows. This is another Allegheny Fiber Arts bag. Tara makes fabulous project bags. And this one has mushrooms on it. Inside, Notions pocket with a zipper. I have my other goodies in here, so I'll just share those as well. I got, because I needed a pin cushion, and this thing is like super hefty. And it's a shaker box concept of the pin cushion, and this is actually put in the way like shakers used to put these in, which is really cool. And it uses crushed walnut hulls. So anyway, I'm excited about this. I got this at Ashling as well. This is fun. This was one of the last ones that they had. So if you think this is cool, or I checked their website out, you might have a few left. Definitely worth it. What else? Oh, so what am I wearing? I'm wearing a naturally dyed scarf by Yarn Over Floyd. Siobhan's amazing. It's my go-to right now because we are in that fun stage where the weather's not super cold, but it's not comfortable sometimes. And it just fancies you up sometimes. I'm literally wearing a Henley from Dyeing Yarn earlier. And I'm just like, look, I'm fancy. Anyway, got that from Siobhan. Then I went over to Apothefaery, and Faye Murto does so much stuff. But I got myself a wrap. Look at this. Look at this geode effect. How amazing is this? And it's got like a cool side and a warm side, so that however I wrap it, it's going to look cool. And it's got a pocket. It has a pocket. So she puts these on her website. She also has like kimono-y, not kimono, that's the lack of a better word. This, you throw it on, it's lightweight, same concept, socks that match the things. I mean, amazing stuff. She also has some natural dyeing collections as well. So in addition to the acid dyeing, oh, and there's some purple. So it's a skirt. I love it. And anyway, so those are my finds from staff. It was an awesome show, y'all. I mean, it was awesome. If you ever are in the southeastern area of the United States in October, totally worth going. Just saying. I mean, I'm going to be there. But that's not the point. There's a lot of awesome vendors there that make a lot of amazing things. So anyway, that's what I got there. What else have I done? I went to the Fiber Festival of New England. And y'all, thank you for showing up. It was amazing. It was so busy. I didn't get out of the booth until like the second day. The first day I got out of the booth once, and that was to go use the ladies' room. But anyway, second day I got out for a hot, quick second, and it fell off the table, y'all. I got myself, I'm shaking this at you, you don't know what it is. So, I've been knitting, I'm not doing math right now, but let's just say I've been knitting for over 10 years. And in the first like 4 years, I worked at a yarn shop. So I have like interchangeables. I found my love language on the wood versus the carbon fiber versus nettle, blah, blah, all that stuff, right? Crochet hooks, different thing. I figure what I like and all that stuff, but I'm still not figuring my faves out, but I am slowly. And on the interchangeable aspect, I didn't get any Tunisian interchangeable sets. I've never had one of those, but I've got, who's gonna lose their stuff anymore? Not me, because it's in a box. Okay, so check this out. I don't want to break it. I'm always like, I'm gonna break the thing. I don't want to break the thing. But anyway, New England Woodworks. Okay, this is their card. Okay, Kylie, who is Dad told me, sophomore, correct me if I'm wrong, don't correct me if I'm wrong, forgive me if I'm wrong, sophomore high school. She makes these amazing handles that have interchangeable hooks. Look at this. I feel like an adult that crochets now because they have an interchangeable set for my handle here. And the thing is, there's all sorts of handles there. Each one's unique because she like does the whole lathe, custom, unique, amazing handles. So I've got this one. I have some other ones I got last year. They were like pink and gold. I have a theme going here. I got blue and gold this year. Aqua and gold. Anyway, look at that. This metal, I like the inline versus tapered. Tapered will come in right here. Of course, I don't have anything because I keep picking inline hooks. But yeah, love that. I like that it has a little bit of a point to be able to direct the hook to where it needs to go into the stitch. So that is what I got at New England because I had almost no time to go walking around for fun. So anyway, I am excited to get myself in trouble with all my new gadgets and tools and things in the off season because that means I'm going to have more maker's time. So I'm excited about that. But before I have that time, I have so many minis to box away. I luckily have a great crew helping, not just Mr. Fiberseed, but some of the girls that help us out. And my goodness, y'all, there are boxes stacked everywhere. We have almost all of the 8 Nights of Hanukkah boxed up. There will be no extras of those. However, I do have a few boxes from last year's Hanukkah. So if you don't like surprises and you want an 8 Nights of Hanukkah and you did not get it last year, go check my highlights in my Instagram profile. I have the spoilers for each night there from last year. If you want to look at that, I will have those in the shop coming up once all boxes start getting out, so there's no confusion of anything. I will have some 12 days of Christmas extra boxes, and I will have a few of the 24-day Advent All Is Bright boxes. So get excited, because I can't wait to see the like thousands of minis that are floating around in various stages in the dye studio. It's an amazing, most wonderful time of the year, but it is absolute organized chaos. And I cannot wait to just have knitting time, crocheting time too. But yeah, that is what I've been up to. And I will be back next week, so I don't have such a long thing to share. But until next time, happy crafting.